Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. If you have seen any of my videos before, you will hopefully remember a few videos back my boyfriend Tim bought me a huge Makeup Revolution mystery box, and today is the day where I'm going to be testing all of it out for the first time and giving my reviews on everything. I will also link Tim's channel in the description, so if you could head on over and check out his channel, that would be great. But without further ado, let's get into it. I am ready and excited to try out all of the makeup that Tim bought for me in my mystery box. The first item, of course, is going to be primer. And in my box, Tim got me the Star Primer. This is a water gel primer with anise extract. It's in this fancy glass bottle. So feeling a little bit bougie already. This is actually the first time trying any of these out, apart from one thing, which I'll get to when I get to it. So, oh, this is actually blue. I didn't know whether it was like a blue frosted glass or whether it actually was blue. Kind of smells like licorice, but that's going to be the anise in it, isn't it? Definitely going onto my skin really nicely. It doesn't feel greasy or oily or anything, so that is a good start. I'm still not sure about the smell because I really do hate licorice, although it now makes sense why it's called Star Primer, because obviously it's like star anise. But the real test will be how it performs when I put my foundation on. Next up, I'm going to be trying out the foundation, and this is from the Revolution Pro range. This is just foundation drops in shade F0.5. And to apply that, he did actually get me some makeup sponges as well. There was this pineapple and also this strawberry, and I've opted to use the strawberry. So this is one of those pipette foundations, and I'll just get this placed all over my face, and then of course I will use the sponge to get that blended in. I don't know if it is a full coverage foundation, it doesn't actually say. I always use my sponges wet, so this has gone literally massive. So let's see how well it blends and whether it soaks up too much of the product. It's a good firmness. This is good. I like that it's obviously got a point, so it's quite good to get into all those little nooks and crannies. Foundation's going on really nicely. Definitely doesn't feel too heavy or too greasy or anything, so that's a really good plus. It seems to be doing really good. Yeah, I'm liking this. The primer's doing well. It's keeping the foundation where it should be, and yeah, really happy. So as I said, just get that finished up and I'll be on with the next step. Well, there's my foundation all done, and I'm really happy with it actually. It's gone on really nicely, and yeah, just really happy with it. Next up, I'm going to be moving on to my brows, and for that I'm going to be trying out the Makeup Obsession So Fine Brow Pencil, and this is in shade dark brown. Obviously got the pencil on one end, and on the other end there is a spoolie brush. So first of all, I will just get my brows brushed into a bit more manageable shape. I also like as well how small and fine the actual pencil is, because I do find with kind of traditional eyebrow pencils, the pencil's just too thick and you just don't get that definition that you need. Oh yeah, so already I can see how fine the actual pencil is, and this actually is a really good colour match for my eyebrows. Because again, sometimes you buy a brown and it's a bit orangey, or you buy a dark brown and it's almost black. Like, whilst I want my eyebrows filled in, I do still want them to look like my eyebrows. So you can see this one obviously penciled in compared to this one. I'll just get this one done and then I will get them brushed out. So just using the spoolie again, just to give them a final brush out, just obviously to evenly distribute all of the pencil. Well, I think the pencil's done a great job actually. I'm really happy with the colour and the precision of the pencil. Definitely will be using this to replace my existing eyebrow pencil. The next product I'm going to be using is going to be bronze, and there wasn't a bronzer in the mystery box from Tim, so I'll do my own off camera, and then I'll be back to do the blush and the highlight, which were both in the mystery box. Bronzer is done, and so on to trying out the blusher. Now I did actually have two blushes to pick from my Makeup Revolution mystery box. They're both the Blushing Heart Triple Baked blushes, and I've gone for Blushing Heart. So if you've not seen these before, these come in this little cardboard box. It's a bit like a chocolate box, and these are the blushes. What I'm going to do is just take my brush and just sweep it across all 3 shades just to get a little bit of them all on. Just got my big Morphe brush here. Oh, so that's just a really nice glow. I didn't know how dark these were going to come out, so I didn't want to go in too much with my brush if I was going to suddenly look like I was having a hot flush or something. That looks lovely. Just a nice little glow, which is what I was hoping for. Very easy to apply and looks like it's going to last a while because it's quite a big packet of blush. So I really like this. I think this is really nice. Plus the packaging is like super cute. Next up, I'm going to be trying out the highlighter, and there was 4 for me to pick from, but I did manage to come to a decision and I've opted for Gold Star, and this is a triple baked highlighter from the I Heart Revolution range. It's like the blush in terms of it's in this cardboard box and inside you've got a big star. Again, looks like there's a really good amount of product in here. It looks like a really bright gold, so I am a little bit scared this is going to be really over the top. I've tried to get a really small amount on my brush. Oh, but that is lovely. Look at that gold. And that was barely any on the brush. I mean, you can always add more. Obviously, a bit more difficult to take it away once you put it on your face. But I'm really liking this. This is a really pretty gold. From using this one, I can't wait to try out the other ones and see how they look on my skin as well. And I did have 3 eyeshadow palettes to pick from, but I have opted to use just 2 of them. So the first one was the I Heart Revolution Starry Eyed palette. And if you've not seen this before, this has got this really cool packaging. And the second is the I Heart Revolution Unicorn Hearts palette. Of course, I'm not going to be using every single shade from them both. This is the Starry Eyed palette. So yeah, I won't obviously be using every single shade from them both because that would just be crazy. But the shade I am going to start with, I'm going to start with this lilac. It looks almost like a mink colour on the camera, but it's a lilac purple. And whilst I do have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, I definitely don't have any lilacs or purples in this colour. Oh, so this is lovely. So pigmented. I do have a few other Makeup Revolution palettes, and I have always been so impressed with their formulas and really impressed with the quality of their eyeshadow, so I did have some good expectations of these palettes as well, and so far definitely performing really nicely. This is a really beautiful shade. I'm just going to get that all above my crease. I'm not going to bring it out too far because I do want this to be quite a nice subtle look, but I will just get this shade laid down on the other eye and then I'll be back for the second shade. I am so impressed with this palette. These colours are actually gorgeous. Next, I'm going to be using this shade here. It's more of a bluey, purpley, iridescent colour. I definitely thought that it would complement the lilac quite well. Oh, okay, so this is like a lavender purple. Definitely getting our first little bit of shimmer there. Going on really nicely. Great pigmentation. Another really beautiful looking shade. There's definitely some fallout onto my cheek here, but you know, nothing that I'm going to lose any sleep over. Just put it that way. I'm just going to pop this on the very outer corner and then just slightly bring it into my crease as well. Blending very nicely. Yeah, the colour payoff is great. Up close, it is literally so iridescent. I don't know whether the camera can quite pick up just how beautiful of a shade it is. I will just get the same done on this eye and then I'll be back for the third shade. Next, I'm going to be testing out the I Heart Revolution Starry Eyed palette, and for the inner part of my eye I'm going to be using this silver shade here. I've gone for a flat brush. I don't know whether I'm going to need to just pop it on with my finger. Definitely feels quite buttery in the pan. Okay, so not a lot of payoff. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to probably pat it on. I don't know. It's coming out a bit nicer now. I just need to get quite a bit on the brush, which is absolutely fine. Definitely a bit more fallout of this one, but I think it's probably because it is a glitter shade. It's giving me like Space Girl like vibes. Although I have got glitter like everywhere now. But there we go. You should be able to see now just how glittery that silver is. It's gorgeous. I will just get the same done on my other eye. I'll scrap the brush, I'll just pop it on with my finger, and then I'll be back to do the under eye shade. For my under eye, I think I'm just going to go back in with the first shade that I used, which was that lilac pastel colour. I don't really want to add any more shimmer. I feel like I've got a really good amount of shimmer going on. I just want a really light dusting of that first shade. I'm really happy with how all these shades are looking now, and in my mystery box, Tim did actually get me a blue kohl pencil, but now that I've opted for this shimmery purple look, I don't really want to go in with a blue eyeliner. I think it will just overpower the whole look, and I'm going to use a white eyeliner pencil that I have already. I'll also be using a mascara I had already, as there wasn't one in my mystery box from Makeup Revolution, so I'll get both of those done just off camera, just so we can keep it to trying out all of the new bits. And then I'll be back to show you the final eyeshadow look before I move on to doing my lips. There is the eye look all done, and I think now that I've got the white eyeliner and my mascara done, it's really just set up the whole look, to be honest. All that's left now, makeup wise, is just to do my lips. And in the set that was in my mystery box, there was a few different lip colours to pick from. All, I think apart from one, are definitely colours that are a bit more outside of my comfort zone. I normally go for either just a nude lip or a red or a pink, so I have tried to go for something that is a bit different and actually should hopefully work really well with this eye look. And lip wise, I'm using this I Heart Revolution gloss. This is in shade Meteor, and in the tube it definitely looks like quite a dark purple, but this hopefully, fingers crossed, should complement the whole eye look. I haven't used these before either. I've only swatched them just to get an idea of the shades because I didn't know how dark or bright they were going to be. I really like the shimmer in it. There is the gloss done, and it definitely was quite hard to apply. I don't know if it's because it's got a lot of glitter in it, and after a while I felt like I was just moving the glitter around rather than distributing it evenly, so I ended up with like too much glitter here, then not enough here, but hopefully I've got it all evened up enough. And the final product I'm going to be using is the I Heart Revolution fixing spray. I have actually used this a couple of times only because I thought it would be good to use it so I could actually give some feedback on it. So this is green tea flavour, or scent I suppose is probably the more accurate word. This is actually amazing. I have used this I think 2 or 3 times and it does exactly what it says it should do. It holds my makeup in place all day. It's just as good as some of the other fixing sprays I've got, which are double or triple the price. The fact it smells of green tea rather than makeup smell is a big plus. Okay, and all done now. I'll just give you a close-up on the eyes just so you can see that in more detail. Overall, I have been really happy with everything. I'm not gonna lie, when I started off with the primer that smelled like licorice, I was a little bit worried. I didn't know how everything else was going to go, but the foundation shade was perfect. It was really easy to apply. The sponges were great. I feel like they distributed the foundation really easily. The blusher was really pretty. The highlighter was really pretty. The eyeshadow palettes were amazing. They are really well pigmented and super easy to blend. I just have been really happy with everything that I've tried out today. I would literally recommend everything. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you again in my next video.